Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk, exploring the issues affecting all of our lives. I'm your host, Austin Harris. At midnight on August 5th, 1962, Jamaicans took down the Union Jack for the last time and raised its new colors, the black, green, and gold, which would take it forward as an independent Jamaica. On Saturday, August 6th, 2022, Jamaica will celebrate 60 years of independence, and with us in studios to discuss the significance of this year's anniversary, but also what events are planned to take place here in the Cayman Islands, it is our pleasure to welcome the Honorary Jamaican Government Vice Consul in the Cayman Islands, Miss Elaine Harris. Miss Elaine, thank you so very much for agreeing to join us here on Let's Talk.
Thank you, Austin. It's a pleasure to be here.
We surely enjoy your company, and I think we're going to have a fantastic conversation.
Yes, I look forward to sharing some of the events planned for this independence celebrations.
Some big events as well, and we look forward to getting to them as well. Yeah. We have somewhat of a tradition here on Let's Talk before we get to the nuts and bolts, as we say, of a conversation. Tell our audiences a little bit about Miss Elaine Harris.
Well,
no relation, by the way. Yes. We feel as if we've known each other like family.
I think we're spiritual brothers, Austin.
But I agree.
I've been with the Jamaican consulate for a number of years.
Yes.
As vice consul, as Austin says, and I enjoy dealing with people. And of course, persons might also remember many years ago, lifetime ago it seems now, I also worked with Cayman Airways.
Yes.
So that, so I'm still dealing with people in some shape or the other.
Indeed. Well, I think it's kind of fitting. Some might say that, you were born to be an ambassador. You started as an ambassador with Cayman Airways, and now, of course, as vice consul. I think it's very fitting.
I have a passion for, helping people, working with people, dealing with people, and I think that's the reason why I've been doing this for as long as I have.
Yes, it's been some time now. How many years have you served?
Well, I've been with the consulate since 1994.
Okay, all right. Well, certainly, as they say, you know the corners.
Yes.
Indeed. Well, before we talk about the festivities that are planned for Jamaica's 60th independence celebration, which of course will be celebrated here in the Cayman Islands as it will be in Jamaica.
And around the world.
And around the world, indeed. Talk to us a little bit about your role as Vice Consul to the Cayman Islands. What does the role involve, and certainly what services does the office provide, not only to Jamaicans, but to Caymanians and travelers alike?
Well, the Jamaican government appoints someone to basically assist with the Jamaican nationals, both residing here as well as those visiting. So it's to serve and protect Jamaican nationals visiting and resident here in the Cayman Islands. Also, we assist in terms of information that promotes trade between the countries, and most times persons will be familiar with an embassy, where it's fully staffed with. The Jamaican government sometimes will set up honorary consulate, so they have a representative there, but not a full embassy, and that's what we have here in Cayman. So. We do have quite a bit of nationals here, of course, and we're also dealing with foreign nationals who are traveling to and from Jamaica. So our office gets pretty busy, not just in dealing with our nationals, but persons also who may require a visa to enter Jamaica. So our situation here is a little bit more unique, and puts a tremendous amount of strain on our office as well, of course. So for that reason, we have an honorary consul and a vice consul.
I see.
So help to take off some of the pressure off the consul, who also has a full-time job, which is Dr. Marzuka.
Right. Okay, indeed. Sorry. Moving on to the next question. Well, thank you for that. Turning our attention to the independence celebration, and particularly taking a look back at the historical context. In 1962,
Yes.
Her Royal Highness Princess Margaret and the Earl of Snowdon visited Jamaica on behalf of the Queen to obviously recognize the transition from the United Kingdom to an independent Jamaica.
Exactly.
Thanks to the fantastic library that is YouTube, we have a clip of that 1962 arrival by Her Royal Highness Princess Margaret, which we want to take a quick look at now, and certainly share some thoughts on it as it goes along. But let's watch.
Jamaica was the happiest island in all the Caribbean. Kingston was in holiday mood, and the whole population hung out the flags and metaphorically threw its hat in the air. They rejoiced, not that they were parting from Britain, they are firm adherents of the crown, but because Jamaica stood on the threshold of independence. And then it rained. A tropical downpour, as inappropriate as our own deluge on bank holiday. But nature relented, and as though to bid welcome, out came the sun as the airliner touched down at Palisadoes Airport, bringing to represent the Queen Princess Margaret. Independence was to have a royal greeting. There to welcome the princess and her husband was the governor, Sir Kenneth Blackburn, and the veteran Prime Minister, Sir Alexander Bustamante. After the greeting of Lady Blackburn, it was the turn of the Premier to bid Her Royal Highness a loyal welcome. Then Princess Margaret was conducted to the saluting base to receive the royal salute by the Jamaica Regiment. The 12-mile drive from the airport and through Kingston gave thousands the opportunity they had long awaited to express their own greeting in unmistakable manner. At the entrance to King's House, the princess spoke to some disabled children. Among them were Girl Guides and Boy Scouts. They are crippled, but they were not forgotten. The royal visitor had a word, too, with the woman in charge of them. Next day, Her Royal Highness opened the great National Stadium, which nobly expresses the pride and hope of the new nation.
I think it's interesting here at this point, certainly from the significance of the independence celebrations. Not only did Her Royal Highness open the National Stadium for the first time, but this was also the first time that the new independent Jamaica flag, the black, green and gold,
at midnight,
that actually was raised for the first time,
definitely.
which I think is rather significant as well. I understand, Elaine, that during this time, certainly in the lead up to this independence celebration, the government had put out, I think, a bit of an invitation for both design of the new flag as well as what the national anthem would be. And in particular, the national anthem. Both are very unique for various reasons. But when I turned my attention to the national anthem, I think I understood correctly that it is the only national anthem in the world that actually is a prayer. Talk to us a little bit about those historical significances.
That is correct. Of course, committees were formed, to get geared up for the independence, and competitions were held for persons to design the flags and also for national anthems. The national anthem, of course, as you rightly said, it is a prayer. Eternal Father, bless our land, and it goes on. And a beautiful anthem that was selected. It was narrowed to one of two, and was and the flag, of course, a number of different ideas were played around. But in the end, the Jamaica flags, the black, the green, and the gold, which signifies symbolism of the the sun shineth, the grass is, the land is green, and the people are courageous and strong, was the symbol for the colors chosen in the end. But it was an exciting time because, the national anthem The first time persons would have heard that, of course, would have been, after the flag was raised, or even seen it. These are not stuff that was publicized before.
Yeah.
So very exciting, not just in terms of the unveiling of it all, but just the build-up in moving into a new era.
Yes.
For the country, for its own self-determination.
Mm-hmm.
So as you could see from the streets lined with people, over 30,000 persons in the stadium awaiting Princess Margaret, and of course Lyndon Johnson was also on hand for that as well. Mm-hmm. It was Vice President Lyndon Johnson. I think that was during JF Kennedy's time. Yes. So it was quite a lot of pomp and ceremony, and I think Jamaica was more than ready to take the mantle.
Well, let's talk to us about the significance of this 60th anniversary. What does it mean to you, to the Jamaican people? Also, what is the theme for this year's celebration?
Well, the 60th celebration, which is the country's Diamond Jubilee, the theme for this year is reigniting a country for greatness. Mm-hmm. All the independence, I think, the significance of it is really an opportunity, not just for merriment, but it's an opportunity really for the country to reflect back on its history, which is a very rich history. But it's a history that has been forged through hardship, and persons can see through the challenges that the country had endured through those many years from slavery, that from it was forged a people of indomitable spirit, mm-hmm. And a people filled with a sense of national pride, and we see that with that also with the struggles that they've gone through to reach independence, that we see that playing out sometimes even today in the way that Jamaicans have forged their way throughout the world. Yes. I mean, they've made their marks pretty much in all corners of the globe, not just in terms of with sports. Many persons might not even be aware that persons like Naomi Campbell, Grace Jones, these are all persons who had made their mark in the modeling. Yes. As models globally, were of Jamaican born and Jamaican descent. We have, of course, our great musicians that have, reggae was born in Jamaica. It was. We have the greatest sprinters. So I think you bring a set of people into Jamaica, which is not their homeland. And from that, I think you have a melting pot of people that have been tried and proven.
Yes, quite right.
In a sense,
quite right.
And I think you see a lot of that playing out now, in terms of Jamaicans, their, as you say, indomitable spirit, their tenacity. There
are a lot of nationalities that make up this globe of ours, but certainly Jamaicans in particular, a unique culture. And have undoubtedly left their mark wherever they may have roamed, from the New York to Europe to, again, the UK itself. I think it's rather fantastic and rather unique. Now, there are many events planned for this year's 60th celebration, particularly here in the Cayman Islands, right, leading up to the, I believe it's the ecumenical services, which will officially launch. And signify the 60th anniversary itself. But tell us a little bit about some of the events leading up to and thereafter following the ecumenical services.
The launch will actually take place on the 23rd of this month, on July, which is a Saturday, at the National Gallery. and that's from 5:30 to 8:30 on Saturday, the 23rd. That will be the official launch for the 60th celebrations here in Cayman. And that will be a cocktail reception, and we'll also be at that launch, incidentally, be speaking with one of Jamaica's icons, the legendary Michael Holding, of course, who, you know, one of the fastest bowlers in cricket. And a number of different activities will be taking place, you know, to satisfy the broad cross-section of Jamaicans here. We'll have cricket also will be taking place on the 31st. They'll have a Jamaica Culture Day on August the 5th, which is going to be at the Lion Centre. Now it will be from 5 to 9. I think they're going to be doing the health fair. They'll have all the various Jamaican cuisines there, and that will culminate with a concert in the evening. What's great about all the events is that they're all free. They're all free to the public, and you know, it's just for persons, and of course it's not limited to Jamaicans alone. It's a great opportunity for persons to come and experience a little bit of the Jamaican culture as well. So on the 31st, there'll be a cricket game at the pavilion, at the Oval. And on August the 5th, there'll be a cultural day and concert. And they'll have the health fair, so persons can also pop in there after work and get some checks done.
And that concert, will it be at the Lion Centre?
It will be at the Lion Centre. As a matter of fact, there'll be 2 concerts at the Lion Centre. One will be on the 5th, and one will be on the 6th. On the 6th, which is actually Independence Day, they're hosting a gospel concert.
Okay.
And of course, they'll have, you know, great lineup of artists for both events. On August 6th as well, during the day, they will be hosting a football match at the Annex Field. And we will have the ecumenical service on the 7th. That's going to be at Victory Tabernacle on Eastern Avenue at 4 p.m. on Sunday the 7th.
All right. Well, certainly a number of fantastic events to enjoy. Hopefully we'll have an opportunity to see each other at some of these events.
I do hope you will.
I will certainly be there. I will certainly make an effort to, absolutely. I'll try to make a cricket game. Certainly football games are always exciting.
Yes, yes.
Last year, certainly I attended the gospel part of the concert, and I thought it was quite enjoyable. So I think it's going to be another celebration to remember here in the Cayman Islands as well as globally, as you pointed out.
We have more Jamaicans living outside of Jamaica than we do in Jamaica now. So there are celebrations taking place, you know, all over, and in Jamaica they're also using the opportunity to you know, there'll be a number of events that will be hosted, and we'll put some of that on our website as well. So for persons who will be traveling during that time, they, you know, give them an opportunity to join in those celebrations, and they'll also use the opportunity to. There'll be some different, not just events planned, but projects that have been planned for the 60th that will be undertaken as well. I will highlight some of those on our website, that will be done in Jamaica.
All right, well, certainly if I can coin a phrase popular on many YouTube reel, we will certainly post the website here in this video. Hopefully persons can either click on it or certainly follow it so that they can get an idea of what events are planned as we go forward past. I think it's the 23rd, you say?
The 23rd we'll kick off with the launch, and then we'll have, you know, events planned up to the 7th of August. And yes, but, you know, Jamaicans normally don't need a lot of reasons to celebrate.
No, they do not. No, they do not. Elaine, I want to thank you again for agreeing to be our guest on this rather auspicious occasion that is the 60th independence celebration of Jamaica. It has been a delight. I want to give you an opportunity for some closing comments, and if in those comments you can provide to our audiences, again, ways in which they may contact your offices for any travel needs they may have.
The office, the Jamaican Consulate office, currently is located on Dorsey Drive, and it's opposite the FedEx office on Dorsey Drive. And we're in the .com building on the opposite side of Quick Images on the second floor. Now we are cognizant that the location might not be conducive sometimes for persons who are physically challenged, and we make allowances for that as well. Persons can contact us at 949-9526. Our office hours opens from 8:30 to 2:30 Monday to Friday. They can email us. One of the easiest email for us to remember, of course, would be Jamaica at Candiwaki,
Yeah.
at cndw.ky. We do offer a fair bit of service there at the consulate to assist the broad population here, not just Jamaican nationals, of course, but for persons who are traveling to Jamaica. We do facilitate the issuance of the visa here to enter Jamaica. We also assist Jamaican nationals with their passport renewals and, of course, sometimes emergency travel documents. We have individuals here who are looking to do businesses in Jamaica and they require TRN, which is a tax registration number. We can assist them with that, as well as sometimes for various reasons they may require the police clearance from Jamaica, and we also can facilitate that too.
All right.
So, we realize that because a lot of the services in terms of embassies and so on are located in Jamaica, that we get a lot of calls from persons because they feel that because it's located in Jamaica, we should have some knowledge. Whilst it might not fall under our responsibilities, but we try to provide information as best as possible to help persons. So, give us a call or pop in. We're happy to help, whenever we can.
Well, certainly having been a user of those services once upon a time, I certainly say to the audience, it is extremely welcoming and easy, straightforward process. And I thank you and your office staff for always being so welcoming.
We try not to make things cumbersome, as far as we're concerned. The visa processes, for example, we try to turn that around within 2 business days. There are visas that we sometimes have to refer because of the criminal convictions on the police clearance. And so we encourage persons not to wait till the last minute, for their travel plans, and also to check their passports to ensure that their visas are still valid before the appointed time. And it might be a good opportunity, although we're in the middle of, these celebrations and such, to just a reminder, just to make sure that you have the necessary documentation secured and your hurricane preparedness plan is in place.
Quite right.
We are
in that season.
In the season, and very grateful that so far, we have had a pretty quiet
Indeed.
season so far, but still good to be prepared.
Indeed. Well, maybe that prayer that makes the national anthem might come in handy, certainly during this hurricane season. Again, Elaine, thank you so very much for being our guest. It's been an absolute delight, and again, if I may say personally, in advance, happy Independence Day.
Thank you very much, Austin. Thank you for the opportunity also to share.
It's a real pleasure. And to our audience, we again say thank you for taking the time to tune in. Hope you enjoyed today's conversation as much as we did. If you did, remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Likewise, please feel free to leave your comments either on this show or any recommendations for discussions you'd like to have us host here on Let's Talk. Remember to tune in every Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m. for another episode of Let's Talk, exploring the issues affecting all of our lives. I'm your host, Austin Harris. Until next time.